play of the game. It is 7-0, Loveland with the lead. And so a nightmare start here for the Tigers. And sorry, we are just joining you right now. The people of Loveland have been very accommodating, but there was some last-second changes. So that's all I need to say about that. And we're trying to make do with those. So Tigers down 6-0. Not a great start. Ooh, that's a tough one. And now the Red Wolves on to kick the extra point. The Red Wolves 4-1 on the season.
Jackson out of the hole of Tree Olsen is up and good. And just 18 seconds into the game.
And so 18 seconds in, and Loveland up big. That's a tough one to swallow right there, Tiger fans. And why can't we see the camera? Can we?
Back to receive the kickoff. Peyton Bundy along with
Hey everyone, we understand that you cannot see everything in our setup, and everything says that we're live and we're streaming, and yet you're getting this weird little title screen. Oh, there we go. Now you can see. I have no idea what was happening there. That makes no sense. Okay, well, no scoreboard right now. We're going bare bones. Only two-man crew here tonight. Barnett in the shotgun. He's going to run read option, or it gives it to Kana. Kana will weave his way through a couple tackles, but only pick up about a yard. So I know you missed it. On the first play of scrimmage, it was about an 80 or a 77-yard run for Loveland and a touchdown. And so Erie right now down 7-0 as they got the ball back. And it is now 2nd down and 9 here. So I apologize for getting started a little bit late. We got a little bit of, there's a little bit of miscommunication in terms of what we were allowed to do and not. And let's just say we are doing the best we can at Loveland. And this is actually the Thompson Valley School District Stadium, Ray Patterson Field. So glad you could join us here on a little bit of a nippy night and a tough start for Erie. They give up a huge touchdown run on the first play of the game, and right now they are behind the sticks after a penalty. So Barnett in the shotgun here. He's got 3 wide to the near side. Barnett claps the hands, now gets the snap. He'll roll the pocket to this near side, looks downfield looking. Now he's going to take off. He was being spied, and he had to just chuck it out of bounds. It was outside the pocket. It was past the line of scrimmage, and so that will avoid intentional grounding. But after a punt start here, the Tigers in a little bit of a hole.
Barnett will pitch the ball out of bounds. 3rd down.
So 3rd down and a long 14 here for the Tigers. Barnett in the shotgun. Tigers trail at 7-0 here early in the first. Takes the snap, fires the deep ball, and a little bit of miscommunication. It seemed like Lettuce was coming open, and Lettuce and Barnett on different pages there, and just, well, as frustrating as a start as you can get if you're Erie. You give up the first play touchdown from scrimmage, and then you go 3 and out and punt it right back. And so the Tigers going to have to kind of readjust here quickly. So Harner set to punt. And there's the snap. And he had to avoid the rush. Good presence of mind by Harner, but booted off the side of his foot. And that's going to be a net punt of only about 10 yards there, 11 yards. And so, man, right now it is tough sledding for the Tigers. Goodness.
30-yard line of Erie. First down, Red Wolves.
So the Red Wolves take down it, or start in great field position. 10:27 remaining here in the first. The Red Wolves lead it 7-0. They sprint here. They run double tight, double wing. So Tigers have seen that a lot, and an outstanding running quarterback in Garrett Harstad. And he'll pick up 6 yards down to the 24 on his keeper. I'm not sure if that was Trent Stevenson or Drew Foley, and I went to go look at who had that long run in the beginning. But the Tigers got to make a play here. And you just feel like coming into tonight that it was going to be a very important contest. Now a pitch here to the near side, and Harstad will get it across the 15 down to the 14. And there is a flag, and it's a hold, and this is going to bring this one back a little bit. So a break there for the Tigers. A much needed break there for the Tigers.
Penalty will knock the Red Wolves back to their Erie 37-yard line. Second down, 17.
And if you're wondering why we don't have any graphics up, we are working on it as best we can. We're having trouble connecting our graphic interface, and we're too cramped where we are to update graphics on this computer. We are in the tiniest booth in the history of press boxes.
Third down.
So 3rd and long here for Loveland. Snap, they're going to throw the bubble screen. And initial missed tackle, and the Tigers do come in, and so Harstad completes the pass, and that'll be about 7. But, you know, you didn't need everything. High school football a lot of times is 4-down territory, and so that'll bring up 4th and about 5 here. Can the Tigers, and this is one area where they have struggled defensively this year, is coming up with the big stop, big timely stop. We saw a lot of 3rd down conversions in that Montrose game. Some 3rd down conversions in that Broomfield game. Pitch to the near side. They'll stretch it out. Big hit there, and that is going to be right near the down marker. Either way, I think it's a fumble, and Erie's got the ball, and they get the stop. So a huge stop there for Erie. You give an opening play touchdown. You go 3 and out. You punt it out of bounds at the 30, and at that point it felt like an avalanche of errors. And the Tigers come up with a huge stop, in part thanks to a penalty flag, and much needed maybe a little bit of momentum. 8:17 remaining here in quarter number 1. Barnett will start in the shotgun. He's got trips to the wide side of the field. Barnett claps his hands, takes the snap, runs read, gives it to Kana, or excuse me, that's Lusk, and Lusk goes backward, and that is a big loss for the Tigers, a loss of 5. And right now, not much going in the run game for Erie. This Loveland team has been real solid so far this season. Now Barnett from the other hash, 2nd and long again, 2nd straight drive. Tigers need a spark. Barnett takes the snap. He'll run the option, far side, pitch out to Lusk, and he'll get back only a couple. All right, Barnett takes the snap, drops back to pass, being flushed, pirouettes in the pocket, now rolls to the near side, throws it to the middle. Oh, just overshot an open man. It was Levine that was coming open. He was wide open, but that was a tough throw after a lot of running from Barnett, and the Tigers go 3 and out twice here to start this one. Tough sledding here for the Tigers in this opening quarter. And another punt coming here for Erie. 7:26 remaining in this first quarter. 7-0. Loveland leads. Low snapping. Harner just gets the punt away. It's a good one, though. This one's going to bounce and take a huge Erie roll inside the 30 down to the 28. That first punt was about a net 10-yarder.
51-yard.
That's a 51-yard punt.
Loveland will begin its possession just inside their own 30.
And the senior with the nice boot. So no score bug as of right now. We'll have to live with that. We are wired in, folks. If we were not wired in, we have 3 different hotspots and a guest Wi-Fi, and all of them are basically dead. Now there's a run to the near side. Harstead breaks one tackle, gets to the open field, makes another man miss. Another long run here. Tigers need someone to chase him down, and it will be another 70-plus yard touchdown. 71 yards. And boy, oh boy, if you're Coach Geiger, what are you thinking right now? And the Loveland fans jeering on the Tigers a little bit as the extra point is coming by Olsen. The snap is good, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 7:01 remaining here in the first quarter, it is Loveland 14, Erie nothing. We'll take a quick timeout here on the ETN. Of course.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiation. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
Now welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network, as the Red Wolves will send this one deep. Caught by, oh my gosh, what is going on with our thing? somehow or another, our preview windows have flipped. I cannot begin to tell you how frustrating tonight is. Gosh.
Against the Tigers and negate a big run back.
Okay, well, I'm hoping that maybe that corrects things. We're just having some problems, folks, so bear with us. All right, Tigers having problems. Maybe we'll both wake up here at the same time. 6:55 left to go here in quarter number 1. Tigers down big. Barnett in the shotgun, claps the hands, takes the snap, rolls the pocket, pressure in his face, looks back for the screen near side. That was covered up, and the Tigers offense sputtering. Sputtering like our stream. It is just that kind of night for Erie Tigers so far. Let's turn this around together. Goodness, 2nd and 10 here. The Tigers have gained a total of about maybe a yard. Goodness. Tough sledding so far. Erie has got to sustain a drive. 4 wide here for Barnett. 2nd and 10. Barnett claps his hands, takes the low snap, looks, scrambles, steps up, fires to nowhere. And just Tigers' offense is anemic right now.
Bogesser on the coverage.
By the way, we're testing to see if our preview window is still the output. 3rd and 10 here. Hopefully not. Barnett in the shotgun, takes the low snap. It's a draw play, and Kana only gets about 5.
Draw play is going to go up the middle to Gavin Lusk.
Didn't fool
That'd be about 6 on the play.
Loveland, and Erie's going to punt again, down 14-0 here in the first quarter.
4th down, Tigers.
6:23. Tigers down 14-0 in the first quarter of play. It has been a tough start for the Tigers. We'll see if they can. They just need a spark. And after last week's game, it felt like that could have been the tide turner. Very good spiraling punt, and that one is caught on the knees. And so, well, both drives that have started around the Loveland 30 have been one-play touchdown drives. Now let's see if the Erie defense can figure it out. Sorry, folks, not trying to be too critical. A little cranky now after the broadcast start. Got to lock that up. These are high school kids. They're doing their best out here. No one's getting NIL money yet anyway. 1st and 10. There's the shotgun handoff. Tigers swarmed the ball a little bit better that time.
They'll gain about 4 yards on the play.
And a 4-yard pickup there.
Down by Joey Watts.
That was, I think, Trey Olson on the carry. Sorry, just also testing our mics a little bit here. There's a pitch to the near side. Olson will cut back in. He's got 1st down yardage out across the, had to get to the 44, got to the 47. So 14-0, Loveland leads it, 5:17 remaining here in quarter number 1. And right now it's all Loveland.
Correction as well. Caleb Harner has been handling the punting and kicking duties for Erie. Jurovich did not switch teams.
1st and 10 here for the Red Wolves. Man in motion, they'll hand it to him, and there's a big stop in the backfield, and if this penalty is an illegal formation, that's a huge play for Erie, and much, much needed.
Brody Smith with the play. There is a flag on the play.
They said that was Brody Smith on the play. I'm not so sure. Here in the stadium. And that is a penalty on Loveland. And so Erie's going to decline it because the loss of yardage actually more than the penalty yardage and a loss of down. That's nice. That's nice. We'll take that.
Ball spotted at the 41-yard line. Second
2nd
and 15.
and 16 here for the Red Wolves. 4:45 remaining here in this first quarter, 14-0 lead. There's the snap, and just kind of in a mass of humanity. I think that was Harstad that took it himself and gained maybe a yard, and that'll bring up 3rd and 14. That was a direct snap to Trey Olson, maybe.
Avery Larson, 3rd down 14.
So 3rd down and 14-ish. Well, they got to get to the 43-yard line of Erie. They're on the 43 right now. Their own 43. Harstad in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls the pocket to his right, looking downfield, gonna fire it, intercepted. Is it inbounds? No, out of bounds. They'll call Hall out of bounds, but it was a good defensive play there for the Tigers, and they'll force a punt.
It'll bring up 4th down for the Red Wolves.
So it's been 2 one-play drives for Loveland, 2 3-and-outs, or really a 4-and-out for Loveland on that first one, but an interesting start so far. And now the Red Wolves will punt it, and Trey Kana will be the returner here for the Tigers. Tigers a little bit late getting their personnel on high looping punt. That one was dangerous to being blocked. Kana will call fair catch and bobble it at the 20, but he will secure it, and that is where the Tigers will take over, looking for their first down of this contest.
37-yard punt by Bogasser. And the Tigers will begin their possession at their own 20-yard line.
So here comes 1st and 10 for Erie. Ball spotted right at the 20. Barnett with 2 to each side. Ball in the middle of the field. Takes the snap. Runs Reed. Gives it to Lusk. Big hole. And just runs right through it into the arms of a Loveland defender and bowls him over and picks up 9. So a 9-yard pickup there for Lusk. That's the best play of the game so far tonight for the Tigers.
Lusk again on the run. Short gain, if any.
And the handoff there was a hold call right at the line of scrimmage. So as soon as you get 2nd and 1, the Tigers get smacked with a hold. So that'll make it 2nd and 11. So the Tigers behind the sticks again. Barnett claps his hands, gets the snap. He's going to run it himself this time and loses a couple. 3rd and 13. Oh boy. 14-0. Loveland leads it. 2:56 remaining here in quarter number 1. This is the 3rd Tiger drive. They have yet to get a first down. And this is 3rd and real long. 3rd and 14. Barnett takes the snap. Has pressure immediately in his face. Throws the dump off route. That goes nowhere. And the Tigers, they are not blocking. They are not on the same page in terms of routes being run. They are just out of sync right now. So another punt coming for Harner. High snap, good catch. Punts it, it's blocked. Blocked, it's gonna take an Erie bounce. Ooh, that touched, well, it didn't matter because it was partially blocked. So Loveland will have the ball in terrific field position at the 20. And this is getting to be dangerous territory here for the Tigers. Down 14-0. And the Tigers still in the first quarter, and they're backed up here. Harstad hands it off right side, and the big back, and I don't even have that number on my roster, or my little cheat sheet anyways. Bogesser. We didn't even have that. And a pickup there of about 2. So 2nd and 8 here for the Red Wolves. Another team that was formerly the Indians. Montrose was in that group. Seems like Tigers have been in that situation against their opponents a lot this year. There's a really good tackle there on the edge by Jackson Kogel, and that'll bring up 3rd and long. 1:35 remaining here in quarter number 1. 14-0 lead right now for Loveland. Now Harstead in the shotgun here for the Red Wolves. Takes a snap, rolls to his right. Tigers trying to seal up the edge, finds the seam and steps out of bounds. It's going to depend on the spot. He had to get to the 10. I don't think he got there. He's going to be marked about a yard short. And so I think Loveland's going to go for it here. Oh, man, this is an important time for this Tiger defense because you're down 14-0. Your offense has not been able to even move the ball. 9 yards is the longest play, and then the next one backed them up by 10. So 4th and 1. Tight formation here. Harstead takes it himself, and he'll lean it across the 10 down to the 9. Needed a yard, picked up 2, and now it's 1st and goal. .42 seconds left. The Tigers need the end of the quarter. Little inside shovel pass, kind of a misdirection. The Tigers read that well. Only a gain of a yard there for Thomas, who got it.
Keaton Strange got there first. Short gain on the play. 2nd and goal, ball spotted just outside the 8-yard line.
So 2nd and goal from the 8 now. See if the Tigers can bow their necks. Harstead in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to pass, has an open man in, overshot him. Would have been an amazing diving catch, and it was just overshot. So at the end of 1, it's 14-0 Loveland. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go.
Go to where your friends are. Go to where the action's at.
Welcome back in here. Start of quarter number 2. Tigers trail it 14-0 here and a false start. All right. So third down and goal from the 14. There's the little Tim Tebow play, and it was open, and that was Blake Barnett that was there at safety, and just no one read it. And an easy pitch and catch. And then, man, this is just one rough start for the Tigers. They just need something to hang their hat on here. Down 21-0. And that kick is up, and it is good. So, 21-0. By the way, let's see here. We'll at least get maybe a little score bug up here that has the score. It will not have the time here tonight. And while I do that, I'm going to mute my mic. All right, so the Tigers get the ball back here on the kickoff, and they need something positive going. Barnett will throw the little out route to Meredith. And it has just been a tackling clinic right now for this Loveland squad. A nice tackle there, and it has been the first time the Tigers have been touched. They are knocked down. 21-0. We won't have the score or time here tonight. I mean the quarter or time. So we'll try and update that for you. Second down and 7 here. Trips to the near side. Barnett scans the defense. Checks the play. Gets the ball. Looks downfield. Wanted to load up the deep ball, and once again, Tiger receiver and quarterback not on the same page. Tiger was looking Lettuce down. I think Blake thought he was going to continue his deep route, and Lettuce said, I'm going to have to break this off because there's safety help over the top. So third down and 7. And, folks, if the Erie wants any chance at coming back, I think they got to make a play here in the next couple minutes of this ball game, a big one. Barnett takes the snap, another delay. There's Kana, big hole, first down yardage across the 35 up to the 40. Tigers desperately needed that. Now they're going to run with some tempo here. Quickly to the line go the Tigers. Loveland defense trying to get subs in and out real quick. Barnett takes the snap. He'll run read, gives it to Kana, left side. Oh, just trips as he got through the line, and then a flag coming in. And will that either be a hold or will it be a trip? The only reason it's in the area of holding. The only reason I thought it might be a trip instead of a hold is because of how late that flag came in. No, it is a hold. So after the big run by Kana, back Erie up 10 yards. They did call that past the line of scrimmage, so that'll be first and about 18. They're 32. They got to get to the 50, but they have lived behind the sticks tonight. Trips to the near side. Barnett in the shotgun, flanked by Kana. Barnett gets the snap, looks to his right, deep curl route. Barnett didn't want to pull the trigger. Now looking to his right, fires the out to Meredith, who pulled it in with one hand but was out of bounds. And Cave pulled in a one-handed dandy, but it was out of bounds. 10:24 remaining here in quarter number 2. Tigers now 2nd and 18. Barnett in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Gives it to Kana. Big hole. Tigers starting to find some holes there up the middle a little bit. And that is a pickup of 12. So Kana, a nice carry. That'll make it 3rd and 6 here. Got to get to the nose of the football right to the 50. Ball spotted at the 46. Barnett scanning around. Takes it. Runs read option. He'll keep himself up the middle. Little hole. Gets to the 50 and then just kind of plopped down. And then there's a flag that came in. And they're going to call targeting on Loveland. And so that's going to tack on 15 and be an automatic first down for the Tigers. Hard to tell from up here. But they'll say the defender came in with his head down and targeted Barnett, who was right at the 50. I mean, right at the 50 when he was hit. First and 10. Fresh set of downs here for Erie. Best looking drive of the night so far. 9:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Barnett scans the defense. Looks. Wanted to throw the in-cut to Levine. Has a man open, sitting in the middle of the field. That's Caden Lettuce. Breaks a tackle. Gets stacked up at the 20. Chops his feet. And a nice little gain there of about 16 yards for the Tigers. So ball spotted at the 20. Tigers again going with some tempo here. Need something positive. Barnett gets the ball, gives it to Kana, big hole in the middle, and backs his way across the 10. That should be enough for a first down. The near sideline official says it's at the 10. They needed to get, I thought, kind of between the 10 and 11. And so with the nose of the football no, they will call that. Man, they'll call that. How do you even call that short? That down marker. Oh, they will call it first and goal. They changed their mind. And a timeout coming from Loveland. So on first and goal, a timeout here. Thank you for joining us in what has been a good grief. Sorry, just seeing the stupid bots coming out in the chat. I have to take care of that. By the way, if you are someone who is a level-headed person and you are interested in moderating the chat, we might be interested in having a chat with you. We talked about this kind of off the scenes, kind of a regular that plans to tune in as much as they can, especially for these football games when we get 300, 600 viewers sometimes live. Just email me. All right, first and goal here for the Tigers. They need a touchdown. They have got to walk away with 7 points right here. Barnett of the shotgun, Kana flanking him. The Tigers have run it up the gut really well on this drive. There's a handoff. Kana puts his foot in the ground and tries to fight his way through a couple of arm tackles and gets to the 8-yard line. So a pickup of maybe 1.5 yards there for Trey. Now trips here to the near side. Barnett again in the shotgun. See what they do here. He'll run Reed. He pulls it back, throws the slant, and that was excellent coverage. Barnett tried to squeeze one in to Lettuce, and the corner was blanketing Lettuce and just dove and knocked it away. And now 3rd and goal from the 8. Now Barnett takes a snap, rolls to his left, tries to squeeze it in and sneaks through the gap and punches it into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown, and much needed for Erie. They make it a 21-7 game. Well, 21-6 rather, 7 pinning the extra point. You know, Caleb's a good kicker, so wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. Ronan Ward lining up for 2. And now he'll motion everyone in. Now Harner will settle in. Snap is a little low. The hold is great, though, and the kick is up, and it is good. So 21-7, and much needed score that time from the Tigers. Well, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Good drive that time from Erie. A sluggish start in that first quarter and a 21-0 deficit after an early early touchdown in the second quarter for Erie. Fans, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Twitter at Erie Tiger Media. Like the Erie Tiger Media Facebook page or check us out online. Well, we are launching a new ErieTigerNetwork.com. That will be up. Students are completely doing that. Lots of exciting announcements coming. We have a really, really exciting announcement coming next week. We have another one that I'll touch on here in a little bit tonight. But we'll talk about the game here for a little bit as Harner will send this one way into the end zone. Good kick there from Caleb. Tigers a little bit more pep in their step, a little bit more juice, and they need it here. So I'll bring the Loveland offense out. This is their 6th time with the ball. They have scored on a 1-play drive, a 4-and-out, a 1-play drive, a 3-and-out, and then a much longer, longish drive. It started at the 20, but it took a few plays to get in, and they would ultimately cash in. Run through the hole, and a nice run, and I believe that's Caden Lettuce out there that made the tackle. That's Garrett Harstead on a good first down run there of about 6 yards. 2nd and 4 here. Tigers have had a couple nice stops in the Loveland backfield, but they need more of that. Need to live on that side of the line of scrimmage a little bit more. 2nd and 4 here. Harstead in the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives the handoff right side. Good job by Hageman to get in there. He initially cut down the runner but didn't hold on, and then a late flag coming in, a little tussle, and I don't know who that's on, but Kogel got in the face of another man. He may have been messed with. Was it a hold even? Personal foul on Loveland. So just the way that Jackson reacted, it was like, hey, man, that's not cool. And the official agrees. I don't know if that's exactly what happened, but that's kind of what it looked like up here in the booth. So it was a run of about 3 yards. And they are going to move this one. First of all, it'll be 3rd down, so it's now 3rd down on the down marker. Down marker a little bit slow on the uptake there. They still think it's 2nd down. The officials have signaled no less than 5 times that it is 3rd down. Let's see if they change the down marker. It is not 2nd and 16. The officials have said it's 3rd down. It happened after the play. That's why it's 3rd down. What is going on here? The official signaled 3rd down. Am I wrong there, Cole? The down marker is still showing 2nd. It's okay. There it goes. 3rd down. Thought maybe we were going crazy. Little keeper there on the edge. Lettuce wraps up Harstead, who tried to pick up the ball there and thought about throwing it, and Loveland wanted a late flag. I don't think so. There was nothing malicious in that. I mean, Harstead's spinning around trying to get out. And now a flag coming in. You got to be joking. You have got to be joking. That might be, who is it going to be on? It's on Loveland. Personal foul. And now the Boo Birds are out for this Red Wolves crowd. Here's the thing. That was not a personal foul. We've seen that play 1,000 times in football where the quarterback or the runner gets spun. It wasn't really, no one tackled him. No one jumped on him. He just kind of never wanted to stop his momentum. And then Loveland lost their minds, and they get the penalty. So is that the jump start that Erie needed? Of course, I say all of that in agreeing with the officials. But we're also looking at things through the orange-colored glasses of the Erie Tiger Network. But the officials agree with it. The neutral party agrees, so we'll take that to the bank for at least this time. All right, 4th down and super long. If you're Erie, this punt is backed up pretty deep, and it's going to be a delay of game now or a timeout from Loveland. And I tell you what, this little sequence of Erie scoring, the stops, the penalties, you can just tell in the body language of the players running off, all right, we're in this. We are in this. So if Erie can put together another scoring drive, all of a sudden the complexion of the game looks totally, totally different. And the punt will be, the line of scrimmage is at the 6, so the punt will be out of their own end zone. And if you're Erie, do you go for the block? That has caused you some problems this year in terms of roughing the punters. Or do you just say, you know what, we're going to get the ball back in great field position. We've got some momentum. Let's go from there. And there is the punt. The Tigers don't really go for it. A pretty good punt. Kana's going to take it at the 49. Met by a couple Red Wolves and gets it into Loveland territory down at the 47. I just received a text, and it said, could you explain on air why Blake Barnett is playing defense? Well, I'll explain it. Blake Barnett is the best athlete that the Erie Tigers have in high school football. Most schools play their best athletes both ways. The Tigers have 150 players in this program. They have the luxury of specializing some players, but you saw Caden Lettuce make a tackle on defense last series, so they're just trying to get some athletes out on the field on both sides of the ball because they feel like it'll help them. And we have seen Blake excel there at times this season. He doesn't play a whole lot out there, but he'll do that from time to time. Deep out route, almost intercepted, but I think we're also going to get a holding call on Loveland and potentially either a hold on Erie as well. But there are 2 penalties. So I think we're going to get 2 holds, offsetting penalties. And we'll play the down. All right, I hope that answered your question. Maybe not.
Holding on both sides will come to offset, and we will replay the first down.
If you remember Noah Roper, he was a 2-way player. Start at safety, also the starting running back, and that happens lots. Nate Hackney has done that. John Pastore did that last year. Ryan McConnell went both ways. Just often, even I think Hartstead has been out there on defense, the Loveland quarterback. So very typical of high school. Nice broken tackle there by Barnett. Goes to the left side, has some open room, and gets across the 30 and finally dumped down as he approaches the 25. And the Tigers are in business here, trying to close it down to a 1-score game. 6:17 left here in the second quarter. Plenty of time. The Tigers have a little bit of momentum that they have recaptured here. So Barnett in the shotgun. 3 wide to the near side. Handoff there to Lusk, put his foot in the ground and did a good job kind of falling his way forward, picked his way up for about 3, maybe 4 yards. So 2nd and 7 here. Barnett trying to get Loveland to jump. Now gets the snap, hands it off to Lusk. A big hole left side. Barnett puts his hands in the air. First down yardage and another big run for Erie. And all of a sudden, that Erie front is blowing holes wide open in the interior of that defense. And that is much needed for this Tiger team. And Cole Powell, who's an offensive lineman up here, run the camera with us. He's got to love seeing the big fellas up front create those nice running lanes. First down and 10 here from the 12. Barnett in the shotgun, 2-by-2, scans the field, takes the snap, will give it to Lusk, bounces off a defender, and then fights his way forward. And once again, the Tigers, the reason that happened, they moved the line of scrimmage. So it wasn't a huge running lane, but they pushed the pile and got a couple yards out of it. 2nd and 8. Erie's got to find a way to capitalize here. Barnett takes the snap, looks to pass, fires to Lusk, catches it across the 5, fighting down to the 4. And they say he was down. Erie, once again, Loveland's got to feel like none of the calls are going their way right now, but I think that was pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1. You got big 6'1" and 3/4 or 6'2" Blake Barnett. Almost think you just let that guy keep the ball. And he will, out on the edge, and he's faster than everyone too, and he will score. Touchdown, Blake Barnett, and the Tigers are back to within 1 score. How about that, Erie? Man, they looked like dead men walking here to start this game, and they have suddenly found their sea legs here. So 21-7 turns into 21-13, and the Tigers trying to make it 21-14. And I was looking at the scoreboard editing. Who was the penalty on there? We have no idea. There was a penalty that'll be enforced on the kickoff, and I don't know which team it was on. Oh, man. What a night. Harner will send this one through, and it is 21-14. And in the blink of an eye, it seems, Erie is right back, and there is a penalty. I think it's going to be a roughing call, personal foul, roughing the kicker on Loveland. So that might be enforced. I don't know how that works. You know what? We'll take a quick timeout either way here on the Erie Tiger Network. Very quick.
Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
You are watching the ETN. You are watching the ETN.
All right, Tiger fans. Sorry, we left our mics on. We were discussing who that penalty was on. All right, but the Tigers coming back. Know the cross-country team watching from out of state. Shout out to them. They are a very talented team this year. Coach Havard, shout out to you guys watching from Arizona. Stay safe. The boys cross-country team, I believe, one of the top 5 or 10 teams in the state. Number 1 in my heart, though. So 1st and 10 here for Loveland. And Erie has a little bit of momentum. 2 straight scores. They brought it back to a 1-score game. Handoff their right side, little hole, and there was a fall forward. The way that 3 players kind of fell into each other right there, I thought it was a fumble. The ball carrier and 2 or 3 Erie defenders all kind of, it almost looked like they dove toward a loose ball, but I don't think there was one. 2nd and 7 here for the Red Wolves. There's the pitch to the near side. Good job by this Erie defense, and they smother the run. They set the edge, and an excellent job setting the edge right out there was, I think, was that Noah Conley? Is that right, Cole? Noah Conley? That's what our roster has. Might be Connor Hill. And now 3rd and 8. Tigers could get a stop here. And, oh, and they do! They got pressure, and the Tiger coaches are pumped up. We can hear him screaming in the other box as Harstead rolled to his right. He tried to cut back to his left, and suddenly this Tiger defense has a surge of confidence. And, man, is momentum in high school sports and confidence among teenagers is a huge thing. I'm going to beat that dead horse till the day I retire here from the Erie Tiger Network. And a timeout for the Tigers on the field. 2:18 remaining here in this first half. They will get the ball back with a chance to drive and tie it. And after falling down 21-0, did anyone think that the Tigers were going to come back? I mean, it was rough looking there for a little bit. And all of a sudden, have the Tigers found their gumption here a little bit? Still 21-14 lead. With Loveland punting well behind the sticks, it's a 4th and 14 from their own 17. That's 4th and 13. 2 returners back here for Erie. Ball security important now.
Follow the ball up, just follow it across.
High snap, plenty of time to punt. End over end punt, angling toward the near sideline. This is going to check up at the 40 and doesn't really bounce anywhere except maybe sideways. I bet they'll put this on the 40. Officials in high school, I tell you what, they love to spot the ball on the yard line. They love to do it. Even if it's 39.5 yard line, they want to spot it right on that yard line. And now the official is going to call in both captains here. And I think he's saying, guys, way too many people running their mouths. We're going to start throwing flags if we have to. So let's clean it up. And you see Barnett and the other captain, they shake hands, a little pat on the shoulder pad from Barnett. Barnett wants to tell the official, hey, we'll lock it up here. And 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 2:09 remaining here in the half. Tigers going to maybe check the play here. They're huddling pretty much on the ball. Loveland doesn't have to give them that room. They could be in the huddle, basically, and they're kind of backing off there. Now Barnett signaling to his mates. Barnett takes the snap, runs read, gives it to Lusk, puts his foot in the ground, drives his way forward. Barnett and Kana, different running styles. Lusk loves to stick that foot in the ground, just say, I'm going to go straight up the field. And he waits a little bit before he does it, kind of a Le'Veon Bell style, whereas Trey Kana's more get the ball and go. Now Barnett looking for the deep end cut. Now the wheel route to Lusk. It was perfectly placed. Lusk catches it, runs across the field. He's inside the 30 and gets tackled at the 28. That was a hellacious seed from Blake Barnett to Lusk on the wheel route. So 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. 1:33 remaining here in the quarter. Barnett tells Lusk to switch sides, trips to the near side. Barnett claps his hands, takes the snap, rolls to his left. He's going to cut it up and run it himself. He's got, a little bit of open room. He almost fumbled there, too, it looked like. And a good kind of open field last-ditch effort on the tackle. And that'll be about a 6-yard run there for Blake. For a second there, it looked like he might house that. And the ball, the tackler got and tackled the ball almost out of Barnett's arms. A minute even left to go in this half. Give to Lusk right up the middle. Lusk drives, and he will bring it down to the 21, and that'll make it 3rd and a short 3 with 46 ticks left. Tigers will call timeout with 41.7 left. I believe for Erie, that is their 2nd timeout, so they have 1 remaining here. Well, a slow start for the Tigers, a slow start for the broadcast. We're back into things a little bit. We kind of have a scoreboard. We don't have all the things we love to do. But we've got a camera, we've got a mic, we've got a computer, and we're streaming. That's really all you need at the end of the day, because you just want to watch at home. And guess what? Even the weather's been okay here tonight. We thought it might be a little bit drizzly. But this is made possible through Gin Realty, proud sponsor of the Erie Athletics. Jen has been an Erie resident and specialist since 2005. Contact Jen for all your local town real estate needs. So third down, we said a short 3, a long 2. The down marker is like basically the 18.5-yard line, just past the 19 here for the Tigers. It'll be Kana, the running back, Barnett, the quarterback here, in the shotgun, 2x2 to each side. Barnett gets the snap, looks to his left, fires the quick out to Meredith, and there is a flag at the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to call a hold on this, and they will, and that will bring Erie back. And there have been a lot of holding calls here today. Barnett had Meredith right away, and that's got to be frustrating for this Erie offense. You had it 1st and 10 knocking on the door. Now you only have 36.9 seconds left. And now it's 3rd and 17. Ooh. Tigers need a big play. They haven't really had a huge play here tonight. Here comes the house. Barnett scrambles to his right and throws it short of the intended target. He tried to throw it on a dead sprint and just couldn't really wrap his body around that throw. And now that'll be 4th and a long way to go. 24 seconds left here in this one. You're kind of out of field goal range. You kick a field goal, this would be a 51-yarder. So why punt? Might as well go for it, and that's what the Tigers are going to do. Loveland looking like they're going to bring the house again. Barnett will just fire the deep ball, and that was a kind of communicated throw and route there from Lettuce. He was running the post, and Lettuce is looking back like, why'd you throw that? I don't think Lettuce knows that Barnett had a man in his face right away and was just trying to basically throw it up for grabs. It's 4th down. It's going to be a turnover on downs anyway, so you might as well throw up a prayer. And unfortunately, the Tigers not able to capitalize before the end of the half here. And if you're the Erie defense, you got to be real sharp right here with 18 seconds left. They have given up 2 plays of around 70 yards for touchdowns. And right now, a 66 yards away is where Loveland is at with 18 seconds left. And I think they're in kneeling formation, rather. And they will kneel it. So Loveland says, you know what? We weathered the very end of the storm, and we want to take this to halftime. And so the Tigers will get the ball to start half number 2. But we'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School, well now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program as we get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Kicking off the season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest.
Hey, Vern.
Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program as we get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
We are strong and we'll get through this together, but these are stressful times. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, and know that you are not alone. Visit wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
For the card-carrying fan, get your CU Visa debit card so you can take the game with you. Free with First National Bank's free checking.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiations. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
Okay, you didn't hear a literal word that I just said. I forgot to turn my mic back on. I have been talking into the night. That happens every once in a while in the ETN. Just poor form. I have, well, I did the Teachers Who Tutor halftime show recap. How about let's do that read again for Teachers Who Tutor? Good grief. Okay, Teachers Who Tutor halftime show that you didn't get to hear. It was a great halftime show. It was real great. It was great. The Teachers Who Tutor, they tutor students K through 12 in all subject areas. They have certified teachers, and they find just the right tutor to match your child's needs. So if it's getting up to reading grade level, prep for the SAT, extend their learning, they're here for you. Contact them today at teacherswhotutor.biz. Well, it has been a wild one so far, and the Tigers, they started out this game down 21-0. Their offense went something like this: 3 and out, 10-yard punt, 3 and out, 51-yard punt, 3 and out, block punt. And then they finally got some life in them after they're down 21-0. And tell you what, there was one defensive series in there in particular for the Tigers where it just seemed like, oh, there's some juice and some confidence back into this Erie sideline. And, well, let's hope that carries over here into quarter number 3. So thanks to Aiden, we will have the scoreboard graphics being updated throughout the second half. Got that all connected. All right, so broadcast coming together. Erie Tiger football team also coming together, at least we hope. And the Erie Tigers will start with the football. And really, the spark for Erie has been the running game in that second quarter. Lusk and Kana were just gutting the defense through the middle as those big boys up front were starting to create some holes. So here goes Loveland. They will start with the kickoff here. This one will be taken at about the 13. Kana, or that's Lusk, gets cut down as he crossed the 30. And so decent field position, little 34-yard line is where the Tigers will start this one. So Barnett will come back out, see if the Tigers can get it. The second half started like that second quarter kind of ran. Ball spotted near the near hash. Barnett gets the snap, hands it off up the middle, and there's another good hole, and the Tigers continue to manufacture some running lanes. Barnett helps the defender up, a 9-yard little slicing run there by Kana. And Kana and Lusk, just as I mentioned in the first half, two totally different running styles. Kana just, he likes to slice through a hole really fast. Lusk kind of waits, puts his foot in the ground and goes. Le'Veon Bell-esque. Barnett runs read. He'll keep it himself. He'll stiff arm a man, gets around the edge, and has enough for a first down. Will step out at the 46-yard line. It was well defended that time, and really it was a smart decision. Barnett took it out and said, hey, I'll use the running back as a lead blocker. I'll use my speed to get out. Let's just get a first down, and we can readjust here with a fresh set of downs. So Barnett has not really connected in the passing game tonight. That has just been out of sync for the Tigers. They have also struggled in pass protection. Lots of blitzes from Loveland as well. See if the Tigers can't get that going here in half number 2. Barnett will send Lettuce in motion. He'll hand it to him on the jet sweep. Lettuce tried to turn the corner and just lost his footing and fell right at the line of scrimmage. They may have even marked him back about half a yard. Lettuce just try to get going around the end here. And now second down and 10 here for Erie. 10:45 remaining here in the quarter. Single coverage here at the bottom. I know Barnett sees it. Let's see what the Tigers dial up. Loveland almost daring Erie to go deep. They haven't been able to connect on that. Barnett sees it. He'll lob it up for Lettuce. Oh, hand fighting and wasn't able to haul it in. It was on his hand. It was a little bit to the inside. The Tigers had the matchup they wanted, though. Tell you what, I think I could play a little bit of quarterback up here. I called that before the play went. You could just see this. It's almost like Loveland was like, let's take our chances in man-on-man coverage with Erie's best receiver. And Tigers just couldn't quite execute. They have just been a click off here in the passing game tonight. Barnett takes the snap. It's a delay, and Kana's got nowhere, and that is snuffed out. And so after an initial first down, the Tigers are stopped, and they'll have to punt this one away. So 4th and 13 here for Erie. And Barnett's actually going to stay out there as the punter, so we might see some trickery here. Loveland notices. Tigers shift. Tigers, I think they might just go for it here. We've also seen Barnett punt from shotgun. Nope, he's going to throw it here. Had a man kind of emerging open. Has plenty of time. Oh, man, that was a poor holding call. Now Erie's got to get a first down, and they won't get it. That is short. So Loveland will decline it. They'll have the ball at their own 49. No need to hold right there. And that's just going to be a frustrating one. And so declined, so they'll accept the play, which is at the 49. So Loveland will have great field possession. I like the aggressiveness there from Erie. Like the aggressiveness there from Erie. Just once again, passing game has been out of sync. Tigers did a much better job in the short passing game last week. See if they maybe go back to that here. A little fake pitch and a decent run there on first down. A pickup of about 8 yards on the run there. Very talented runner, this Loveland quarterback. Hartstad, you might remember a Loveland high school quarterback that almost won the Heisman. Colin Klein for Kansas State. I'm sure John Pastore has heard all about him. A Colorado kid that went to Kansas State. They've got a few of those. Run up the middle. Nice little dipsy doodle there by Hartstead. Now he spins. He's held up and gang tackled, but a very good gain there down to the 30, 31. So first and 10 from the 31. In case you're wondering about playoffs, Tigers still have league play. This is still not a league game. This is their last non-league game of the year. Handoff up the middle, and Trey Olson ran into a couple white jerseys. A gain of about 3 there, though, for the Red Wolves. So 2nd and 7 here for Loveland. Double tight, double wing. Tigers trying to squeeze down there in the middle. Oh, and another good move there. Could have been dropped in the backfield, but Hartstead has just done such a good job in open space tonight. For a tall kid, changes direction so quickly. First and 10. There is 7:41 left to go in this third quarter. Hartstead in the shotgun, and now a flag called and a false start called on Loveland. And when you are a running offense, penalties are 10 times the killer that they are, I think, to a passing offense, because you rely on, hey, it's 2nd and 7. Hey, it's 3rd and 2. And those are manageable situations for running offense. When you back up 1st and 15, 2nd and 15, man, it is so much harder to execute what you want to do. So 1st and 15 now for Loveland. Keeper up the middle. Tigers try and swallow up Hartstead, and decent gain there for Hartstead. Oh, there is a Tiger down on the field, and I think it's Blake Barnett, folks. And that is the danger of playing him on defense. And it is Blake Barnett. And he was down on his back, and he rolled over and just was walking off the field, not being helped or anything. I don't know if he got the wind knocked out of him or what. Walking straight over to the bench here. And now Ronan Ward's going to have to warm up. Oh, my gosh. When it rains, it pours. So 2nd and 10. Now, if you're Erie defense, you can't let that bother you. You just got to go out and execute the next play. Play action, wide open on the wheel route, and luckily it wasn't triggered. Hartstead pulled the ball down. By the way, there's a flag on the 2-yard line. This is in the area of a Erie hold in the secondary, and it is a hold on Erie. But that should have been a touchdown. I mean, talk about running wild and free down the sideline was the Loveland backer. And by the way, the rain has started to fall here at Ray Patterson Field. I know you can't see it on your camera so much. We'll go up to the lights here, and you can see starting to rain. So 1st and goal for Loveland. Trying to take a peek down there, see if we can see anything going on from Blake Barnett. Helmet in hand. Run up the middle, and now the Tigers, man, for a while there in that 2nd quarter, they were stopping the run real nicely. And now Hartstead has kept it himself a lot on this drive, and he has gained good yardage.
Jim Morris with a nice lead block that time for Loveland. Go.
2nd down and 4. Goal from the 4, rather. Hartstead in the shotgun. Keeper to his right, moving the pile, dives for the end zone. I thought he was about a yard short, and he was.
Get across the goal line, we could have a late flag come in.
And a late flag coming in.
Actually, looks like he'll be spotted just shy. Face mask penalty will go against Erie.
So face mask on Erie.
Will be as close as you can be to the end zone.
That'll be a half the distance. If it's a personal foul, I don't think it. Let's see here. They'll move it half the distance. 3rd and inches. Loveland just has to get it across the goal line here, real short. And diving into the end zone is Loveland, and now it's a 2-score game, and you're maybe a little bit concerned about your quarterback. And I think Barnett just ran back out on the field. No, that was not Barnett.
Jake Jackson in once again.
I still can't see where Barnett is. If he's in the training tent or if he's on the sideline.
Extra point is up.
This game's still very much in the air. Tigers only down 2 scores.
28-14.
So 14-28 there, you see. And we'll maybe peek along the sideline here and see if we see old number 3 anywhere. And Blake is up and he's walking around, so that's the good news. Helmet is off, but in hand. If you're a Tiger fan, though, that'll cause you to hold your breath. Even though the passing game has been a little bit out of sync, you just, when it clicks, and Blake certainly can be the most dangerous athlete in Colorado. That's a much better kick that time into the end zone, and I believe that is Barnett coming out here. And the way Blake acted and then got up, I almost just wonder if either A, was a stinger, or B, if it was the wind knocked out of you. Sometimes it feels like when the wind is knocked, if you've never had the wind knocked out of you, it feels like you're going to die. And then you get up, and you're like, wow, that was intense. All right, 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. They need to score here. 5:24 left here in the 3rd quarter. Barnett takes the snap, fires the deep in cut. That's better timing there for Lettuce, and Lettuce is going to get forward progress up to the 29, 9-yard pickup there. That's what the Tigers need, I think. They just have dialed up the deep ball. They have not been in sync on anything short. And the little pitch and catch there, that's the type of play that I think can really start to spark a passing game. And we saw a lot of that last week, a lot more short routes that help the Tigers sustain and build. Handoff up the middle. Lusk broke the initial tackle, but all he did was get back to the line of scrimmage. The Loveland front dominated the 1st quarter, and then the Erie front dominated the 2nd quarter. So 3rd and 1 here. Lusk in the backfield. You got Meredith and Lettuce to the near side. Pretty empty box up the middle here. Let's see what the Tigers do. Lusk will shift sides. Barnett takes the snap. He's just going to run the sweep himself, and they're going to call another hold. Come on. It has just been a hold fest from the official. On both teams, they've just been gotten called for holding so much. And Blake still a little bit shaken up. So 3rd and 1, now it becomes 3rd and 11. Excuse me, that's further in the backfield. That was a couple yards back, so now it's 3rd and 13. Ball spotted at the near hash. Barnett takes the snap, steps up, fires the deep out cut. Slipping was Lettuce. He's able to haul it in at the 26, and now you guys that are used to watching NFL football or college football even might say, oh, this is an obvious decision, punt. And the Tigers will punt. I don't know, down a couple scores. In high school football, I just like going for a 4th down. Maybe it's that school in Alabama, that high school, that was part of a analytics book called Scorecasting that I read, where they decided they were going for it on 4th down every time, and it really worked out in their favor. And I just read that, and I was a believer. I was convinced. They onside kick it every kickoff. They go for it on 4th down every time, including 4th and 19 from their own 1, and they have won many state championships. It's just their style. I like it. I don't think that was a dumb decision, if that's what you're wondering. Just got no color, guys, so having conversations with myself here. Oh, man. 1st and 10. 3:08 remaining here in the third quarter. Erie down 2 scores. They need a stop. That's the bottom line. Snap, little read. Handoff in the middle, and only about a yard there. And the white jerseys stack up the running back. And Trey Olson helped off the turf by a couple Tigers. And that was a really generous forward progress spot. Cole up here in the box agrees. I'm not alone in that. That was real generous. 2nd and 8. Good blocking out there on the edge for Loveland. Big hit coming from the backside. And the ball carrier is down. That is Hartstad. He is down. He took a big shot. That was Jace Onstad, and Onstad drove into him pretty good, and then he wanted to pick him up, but I think Hartstad was shaken up. Hartstad shaken up. We'll step aside here at the Erie Tiger Network.
My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
Go.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Hartstad's still down, and they're working on that left knee. And we are cramped in a booth. It's me, and right next to me is Cole Powell. And we are, I'll tell you what, he takes up most of this box. He towers over me. He's wider, if you can believe that, but in a different way than I am. I've got more around the midsection. He's got more around the shoulders. And we were just talking. He wasn't really twisted down, was Hartstad. That's kind of the weird part. And he wasn't hit low, but a little bit of a knee injury there, and you hope he's okay. He's a special player for this Loveland team. Has carried them to a 4-1 record so far. So 3rd and 3 here for Loveland. Right up the middle, and a first down. Needed 3, got 4. Maybe 5, actually, on the carry. And Erie, well, the first quarter stunk, and then some. Second quarter was terrific. And right now this third quarter stinks a little bit for Erie, and they need a fourth quarter like they had in the second quarter, I think, or at least a good end to this quarter. Minute 45 remaining here in the quarter. 2-score lead for Loveland. Snap, run up the gut. And the Tigers trying to get to Olson. It has basically been direct snap, run, 3 yards and a cloud of pellets. By the way, Hartstad is up and looking on the iPad down here on the near sideline. I think he's, well, I don't know if he'll be ready to go back in or not, but he's talking with the coach and not the trainers as much. 2nd and 7. Trey Olson will hand it off. Right side, nice little hole there, and Tiger D lineman got a hand in there for the trip up, and there you can see Hartstad hobbling just a little bit. 3rd and 3. Kind of 4-down territory for a running team near midfield. Olsen, no, that's actually the other running back, and only about a yard, so that'll bring up 4th and 2 here. Jace Olmstad will check in.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 38-yard line. 4th down and 2 for Loveland.
4th and 2, and Loveland's going to say, let's talk about this between quarters. Well, it's been a rough start of the half. It was a rough first quarter, a great second quarter for the Tigers, then a rough third quarter. Can they get the comeback in the fourth? We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
To where your friends are. Go to where the action's at. Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
You are watching the ETN.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird. Here with you. And big moment here for this Tiger team. They've got to get a stop. 4th and short. I think that's still Olsen, the quarterback, runs it right up the gut, wide open hole, and almost took it to the house.
Trey Olsen will go through for another Red Wolf first down.
Now handoff right side. Tigers were playing in the backfield for a lot of that second quarter, and they just have not been able. It's been really nicely sustained blocking in this second half so far. Not been able to get those stops here. And the offense just kind of stuck in neutral. So 2nd and 7 here. And it was a little draw there, and that picks up another 2-3 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 4. And that's how you draw it up. If you are a double tight, double wing team, that's just what you do. And so this is good execution. If you're Erie, you have to find a way to get a stop for no gain or a loss. You just got to do it. Handoff right side, and that's going to be close to a first down. That'll bring up 4th and 1. Rain still falling here in Loveland. 10:14 remaining here.
Just get the news, the girls have won the Sweet Art Invitation, and the boys team finished second. So congratulations to the Red Wolves.
4th and 1. Snap, give, and this is going to be a Loveland touchdown. A 21-yard run, and now the Tigers are back down 3 scores, and that might be too much to overcome. You needed a stop, a signature stop here in the quarter, and you haven't gotten it, and you just haven't gotten your offense going, and so the Tigers are in some trouble of falling to 2 and 4 here on the year. We mentioned this Tiger team. Tell you what, you look at the Tiger league that they're in. I think that they're still the favorite. Especially you saw a Windsor team bowl through an Erie opponent tonight, and the Tigers handled Windsor pretty well. You got Monarch next week. That is the first of kind of their league slate. And then they'll be on the road at Longmont and Silver Creek in back-to-back weeks, and then they will finish up with Greeley West. Silver Creek 3-2, Longmont 1-4 on the season, Monarch 2-3. And nothing is certainly a given. But you rattle off those 4 wins in a row. You roll into the playoffs at 6-4. If they come back 7-3, and then you never know what can happen after that. You roll into the playoffs with some confidence. And you know, I if you think back to the Noah Roper days, Noah Roper's Erie teams, Nate Hackney, and you had Ruben Portillo, and well, I guess that was even a little bit before the state championship run. Alex Mathis in there, Cameron Marcucci, those guys. The season they went to the state championship was the season where they had 3 losses. There's the handoff to Lusk up the middle. Tigers have got to go with some tempo, though. Only 9:44 left, and they're down 3 scores. And it was just the momentum and then beating Pueblo East in the playoffs, and they just got better and better as the season went on. This year they went undefeated. Obviously, they lost Noah Roper, but you just look at that Pueblo East team. I'm not sure, even with Noah, that Tigers would have necessarily beat that Pueblo team, as there's a dime to Cave Meredith, and he can't hold on. Man, that was a laser beam on the hands, and Meredith just couldn't quite hold it in. Don't like that chant from the Loveland fans. Come on, guys. 3rd and 7. And so the Tigers didn't go to the state championship that year that they went undefeated into that semifinal game. There's a wheel route. Wide open was Kana. Catch on the near side across the 40. Cuts back across the 30. Nicely designed play there for the Tigers. And a big play, and that might be the longest play of the night for Erie, and they got to have several more of those. Barnett trying to get the team up to the line quickly here. Ball at the 28 is where they'll finally call Kana down. The clear out routes and the wheel route was open on the backside. That's the second time tonight that Barnett has put that one right on the money on the wheel route. Now looking for the deep out cut. And Tigers receiver, I'm watching them. They just were standing still, not moving. And so Barnett just has to flush and throw it away. I don't know if that's being tired or because he just ran a lot. But, man, you can't just stand there. You got to find some open space. If that route doesn't hit you, keep moving. Now Barnett. In the shotgun. The coverage tonight. What are the officials talking about? They're going to say this is an intentional grounding because it didn't get past the line? Is that right? We're looking back. Line of scrimmage was the 28. Barnett ran. We couldn't see it go out of bounds on the sideline, so I don't know. Oh, wait, we had some great student content. We will try and, well, we might be able to load some of it now. what happened in our pregame? We just weren't able to load up some of the great content that our students have been putting together this week in class. I'll see if I can't make that a reality. Barnett now looking again, flushed, fires the deep out to Lettuce. It's caught, makes a man miss, pulls over a defender across the 15. That was a heck of a catch and run there by Caden Lettuce.
At about the 14-yard line, first down, Tigers.
Now Barnett again, looking. Now sprints to the near side, still looking, fires for Levine at his feet. Was it hauled in? No.
Pass is going to fall incomplete. Looked like Josh Levine was the intended receiver.
All right, students, I'm getting your content in so that we can make sure that your hard work is seen, at least some of it. Hand off there to Kana around the edge. He'll follow a blocker and then step out of bounds. All right, here you go. In case you're wondering what the top 10 here in the state looks like, that's what it was coming into the week. The Palm Ridge, that big win over Ponderosa. They dropped down to 3. They're going to drop down further. Fruita Monument losing. So this Loveland team is going to probably be number 3 by this time next week. Montrose in there. The Tigers will have played pretty much the entire top 5 in the state. Barnett gets it, rolls to his right, looking, fires on the run. Oh, he threw a dart off the hands of Kogel, who was cut down, and now he's shaken up. Man, he was hit hard low. Erie there right at 11. They actually were 10 last week and 1 and dropped a spot. And now Kogel shaken up. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Tigers. We mentioned Monarch on October the 7th. You have Loveland, or excuse me, Silver Creek on October the 13th. A little bit out of order, but that is a sweet graphic. All right, where's our, there we go. There's our camera. 4th and 5. This could be the ball game, folks. Only 8:22 left. Tigers must execute. Barnett has man immediately in his face, throws on the run, and that one's incomplete. The pressure in Barnett's face tonight has just been immediate and very difficult for Erie to overcome. And the Loveland students are greeting Blake Barnett with some tough chants, but Erie students have certainly been on the other side of that coin, and it's a tough start to this season for the Tigers. Run up the middle, gain of about 3 there.
And Harstead will immediately take the carry for 4 yards. There is a flag on the play, and it's going to go against Loveland.
So flag against Loveland. By the way, I mentioned some cool graphics that the students have been hard at work. I think Caden Lettuce will certainly like this one. Pretty cool shot there. Senior receiver.
Penalty, we first down and 15 for the Red Wolves. Ball spotted at their own 5-yard line.
In his career there. So 1st and long here now for the Red Wolves. Snap, give. Decent size hole there on 1st down. They'll pick up 7, 8. Man, way too many there if you're the Tiger defense.
Bogus or Olsen were a hard fought 4-yard gain. I believe it was Olsen.
7:24 remaining. Now if you're Loveland, more than anything, well, I was just about to say, it's good to see your quarterback back out there, Harstad, who was shaken up. Now give there on the right side, and Erie defense has lost a little bit of their gumption here.
Nice strong run by Hudson.
And a first down.
Get across the 20-yard line. Result of that play will be Red Wolves first.
And now if you're Erie, the back half of the schedule, you'll certainly get some confidence. But can you get better and better each and every week? That's going to be the challenge for them. By the way, this fourth quarter is brought to you by 3M Farms, Erie's hometown growing nursery, just north of Colliers Hill Road. They have a huge selection of landscape scrubs, perennial grasses, and flowering perennials, all perfect for Colorado's environment. And with years of experience, the wonderful staff at 3M Farms can help you pick the right plant for your landscape. Locally owned, locally grown. Visit 3M Farms today. Tiger fans, I teased earlier that we had a big announcement. You might know that in the Erie yearbook, at the end of the yearbook, there are baby ads in which you can sponsor your child at the end. And this is not a yearbook ad, by the way. I'm just trying to set this up. For the Erie Tiger Network, we're going to start doing student-athlete shout-outs. If you want to send us a 15-second shout-out wishing your student-athlete good luck on the air, you could even send us a picture of when they were playing youth sports. Could be football, could be volleyball, could be soccer, could be softball, could be cross-country, doesn't matter. And you want to support them on the rest of the broadcast through the year. We're going to open that up for $50 for a little spot. It's a fundraiser for the Erie Tiger Network. Be on the lookout on our social media for that this week, because we will put those out to you this week and start putting them together and broadcasting them on the air. That's a great way that not only you can support your kid out on the field, but you can support us on the Erie Tiger Network financially, and that is considered a donation to the school, so that is tax deductible, and it will be all online, an online portal. We'll have that set up and ready to go here in the next week. And then we haven't announced anything officially yet, but we have some extra neat little cameras that have been mounted in the gym and in the stadium. And we'll just say this, expect that I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get everything going next week. It's just a little minor adjustment here or at the stadium in Erie and at the gym as well. And we will start carrying every single game, whether it's JV, C team, in the gym, on the field, soccer, football, lacrosse, doesn't matter. Every game that's in the gym or on the field will be streamed live on the Erie Tiger Network. So how about that? That'll be pretty sick. So those are two big announcements. So those of you that have hung with us and still watching, 258 of you, that's your little teaser for what's coming in the upcoming week. The cameras are mounted. We just have to do a couple tweaks, and we looked at them today, and they're about ready to go. They just need a little bit of adjustment and then some software setup, which we were halfway through and realized, well, we got to finish adjusting a couple things. And so that's coming your way. So two big announcements on the ETN that we're pretty excited about. Handoff up to, and ErieTigerNetwork.com will go live soon. We took that down because we wanted to revamp it. We have students that are exclusively working on that. Now a late flag, some laundry on the field. And a player down, a helmet off. Not how you want to see this game end for sure. I want to show you the Derek Hall interview because we have a Derek Hall interview, and some of you are Derek Hall fans and family members, and you deserve to see that.
A couple of these guys with the Loveland offensive line doing a fantastic job.
And it was
leading the way for our running backs, Joe Morris, Levi Gunn.
Nolan Willard that got that interview for us, but we need a little break in the action. 3:26, Loveland just running out the clock here.
Yards are a lot easier to get when the big fellas are moving them.
So this Loveland team, and we talked about that top 10. Broomfield, Ponderosa, Loveland, Montrose, all Erie opponents so far. This team could use a week to get right, and I'm pretty sure they'll be locked in for homecoming against Monarch, and just hope that you start executing on all cylinders.
Arstead on the carry. We'll get a couple. Aiden Christensen, another one of those linemen.
Second and 8 now for Loveland. They're trying to drain all the clock off here with a long drive, and they have executed really nicely here on this drive. Well, we have a second. Let's show the hard work of the students.
What's up? I'm Derek. I play safety, and I'm a captain for the Erie football team.
How do you think your game will go against Loveland?
I think it'll be good. Loveland's a good team, but we've put in preparation for the game, and I think we'll do well.
How do you think your team matches up against Loveland?
I think our team matches up well. They have some good athletes.
Stopping pass to trying to stop run.
The safety positions adjusted because we had different coverages in that help us to spy on their QB and attack downfield.
How will you be ready and prepared for the occasional throw?
You're ready for the throw by reading your keys.
All right. What have you been practicing to stop their QB's big runs?
Just tackling and just doing our job.
What else have you guys been working on the defensive side of the ball?
We've been working on just playing as a team together well and just doing our job as best we can. What's up? I'm Derek. I play
the Tigers jump on the loose football. Oh, Blake Griffin coughed it up as he...
Tiger fans are on their feet.
As they should be.
He pulls it in for the 25-yard touchdown in Erie, Colorado. You are title town today.